12th of July 2021, and I'm just going to do this as quickly as possible. I know a lot of people coming from abroad and say, Shegun, we love your broadcast and we want it to stay longer than you usually do. Yes, I would definitely work on that, but you know, I like to make it short for two reasons. First is that we have challenges here. Number one is electricity challenge. I run on batteries, for instance, and because I run on batteries, once the batteries on the lights go down, the battery on my system goes down, the battery on my MiFi goes down, I have no option than to start closing, you know. Number two, internet is not cheap here, you know, but we have to do what we have to do. So I'm just going to make this quickly, and I'll yield eventually to your response of making my broadcast go longer, because I understand a lot of people enjoy what I do and I appreciate you all. I need more support. Apparently we'll be able to take it further when we get more support to take it further, right? But there's something that is actually very urgent here, and I want all of us to look at it. And this time it is about the media, information circulation, and freedom of press, liberty and expression that is being taken away from people. Or I understand that people will say, oh, it's not a problem because, you know, if you are abroad, for instance, Twitter doesn't affect you, right? Twitter ban doesn't affect you if you're abroad, but it affects people at home. If you live abroad, okay, many other things you do, they do in Nigeria may not affect you, but it affects a lot of people in Nigeria. Now, the Nigerian Union of Journalists sponsored an interesting media campaign today on all front pages of newspapers, and I'm going to do just something which is to let you see. Now, let me start from the first. The Daily Independent has this, you can see the bold picture graphic there on the front page on Daily Independent saying information blackout. I move to the next paper, Daily Sun says information blackout. I move to the next one, Tribune also places the same graphic and say information blackout. It's looming, it's about to happen, and so they are preparing everybody, including Business Day, saying information blackout. Vanguard says information blackout. Leadership paper also has other information like others, but still has the same graphic saying information blackout. Daily Trust also has the same information saying information blackout. This Day also has the same graphic saying information blackout. I hope you're counting. New Telegraph has the same thing saying information blackout. This is Nigeria, information blackout. Blueprint, information blackout. The Guardian, information blackout. And finally the Punch, information blackout. Gentlemen and ladies, this is where we are. This is where we are. And I want to say a few things. Let me quickly give you the information or the details of this information blackout. What is it about? What is this information blackout about? So I want to let you know quickly. Let me just leave it here and let me allow the comments to start playing out. Okay, thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you, Prince Ayo. Now there's something that is important here, and I'm going to read just 2-3 paragraphs to you just so you can understand what this is about. This is an advertorial, and it appeared on all front pages of dailies such as Punch, Vanguard, The Nation, This Day, Guardian, Daily Sun, and the rest of them today. And all editorials are also writing the same thing about it. This is sponsored by the Nigerian Union of Journalists, and what they are simply trying to let the world understand is that there is this NPC and NBC Media Act Amendment Bill being sponsored at the National Assembly. Now listen, pay attention to the most important part of it. Now this is not just against the media that is publishing, Okay, this is also about the society's right to know what is going on or happening. It's not only against the media, it's also against the society. Your freedom of right to know what is going on, they want to cut it. They want to be the ones to censor what comes out to the public. They want to determine or regulate what information gets to the public. And you know how dangerous that can be if the press is not free to give you what information you should know, not what they don't want you to know, versus what they want you to know. You know, they are two separate things. What you should know may not be what they want you to know. And that is where the freedom of press comes in. Now, this information blackout that they are planning, this is the danger. That is not only against the press, but also against the people, the society, your right to know. Now, let me further. This bill is already at the public hearing stage. And it's being sponsored. Another important information here is being sponsored by one Olusegun Odebunmi. He is the chairman House of Representatives Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics, and Values. Now, that name is Olusegun Odebunmi. Does it sound Fulani to you or Igbo? I don't understand. Because when we say some things, people fight us. Those of us who are on ground are telling you what is obtainable. That the problem, yes, there's insecurity, but before insecurity, there were many problems before. Electricity, unemployment, bad roads, infrastructure, health sector, caused by our own people who are busy wasting the money on frivolities. They collect. Fulani person is at the helms of presidency, but he releases the allocations to them every time. He's not delaying it. He's not stopping it. The question is, how are we holding our own people accountable to do what they ought to use the funds to do? Now, the person sponsoring this bill again, because we've been here not just now, most of the bills that stifle the public are not by Fulani or Igbo or other tribes. It is by your own people. The Sharia laws and the execution of them are by their own people. Senators are supposed to be for national interest, representing their districts. Now, the person who sponsored this is Olusegun. Thank God I'm Oluwasegun, I'm not Olusegun. The former president Olusegun Obasanjo is also Olusegun. Thank God I am Oluwasegun. Otherwise, I would have regretted the name. So this is Olusegun Odebunmi. He is not a Fulani man and is not representing a Fulani constituency. I understand people have a problem with me, right? But get it. If you're not careful, if we cannot fight, if you cannot stand up to the problems we have while we are still here, you cannot stand against it even in the New Republic. If these things continue, this your people doing this thing, gang up again, regroup themselves, and hijack power in the New Republic, you will still not be able to stop it. You will still not be able to. You will still not be able to. If you cannot stand up to your own people who are doing all these things, I doubt you are able to stand up to stop anything ever, even in the New Republic. I doubt it. No, just Google it. Information blackout. Google the information. You'll find it. The sponsor of the bill. Most of these information bills that stop people from right to freedom of gathering, association, expression, they are sponsored by your people and you are not challenging them. How do you want to be able to challenge them in the New Republic? Well, you may have your formula and I'm not against it. But I'm only asking a simple question here. I just want to understand. Okay? Gentlemen and ladies, yes, I agree. I don't know what I'm talking about. I agree. And I'm not campaigning for anybody here. But I'm only asking you, if you can't stop, okay, if you say I don't know, Obi Solomon, if you say I don't know what I'm talking about, and the rest of you, if you say I don't know what I'm talking about, then the question is, instead of fighting me, have you tried at least to challenge that person bringing up such bill? Because if the bill stops your right to even complain, you can't even, that bill will also stop you from asking for your right to referendum. It will stop you from everything. We are still in Nigeria, even though you are looking for you are fantasizing about an unborn republic, which is a right. It is a right. But the question again is, while you are still waiting for that to happen, you are still in Nigeria and you still carry a Nigerian passport. So anything should happen to you while you are still in Nigeria? Anything should happen to you while you are still in Nigeria and by your own brothers? If you cannot stop your own brothers doing this to your fellows, forget it. Even in your new republic, you can't stop any shit. And you can begin to sense the insincerity in this agitation by many people. They are genuine agitators. But most of the people, if you read their comments, you will understand that it is not even genuine. You will understand it. It's very clear. I mean, instead of you to see how we can stop this person pushing that kind of a bill, now the person where they inform you say they won't do this nonsense, now you go attack. Because Nigeria, I don't understand all of Ona. The best thing now to live Ona. You know what? You have problems within. You don't want to face it. You want to look for externals. You want to go and look for outsiders. But the enemies within, you don't want to face them. And they are the ones giving lead to outsiders to come and take advantage, use the insecurity advantage in the country to affect you. They are the ones, your own problem, your own people. They are the ones who are inviting outsiders, say, come and take advantage. But you don't want to face your own people who are doing it to you. How genuine, how sincere, therefore, are you? How sincere? I can trust people like you. How do I want to be in the same republic like you? With you? Because let us assume we are even in the fantasized unborn republic. And we are having this problem, for instance. Can you see Dotun Ajaguno? Thank you for making this comment. I love it. Guy, don't mind people who can't reason. Your job is to disseminate information and let chips fall. Well, Dr. Ajaguno, you know what? I appreciate that comment. But let me let you also know, the sponsored information, graphics you are seeing on front pages today is also a responsibility, not just to disseminate information. The media also has responsibility to let people know the implication of the information itself. To say, if this is allowed to go through, this is the implication. Of this one passes, that is the implication. It's a duty. And any media that shies away from that is not ready for the job. We are not ready. Now, what is very important is this. If Northerners are using your own brothers, face your own brothers and tell them to either resign, quit, or stand up to what the job they took. They took a job to represent you. They took the job to represent you. Face them, not virtual enemies from outside. Those virtual enemies from outside are only taking advantage of insecurity. Insecurity is ravaging the north. As the north therefore said, break the country because of insecurity. Or you think they are not victims, or you think they are happy that it is happening to them? The northerners are also complaining against Buhari. They are also complaining against Buhari. Everybody is complaining about the same problem. So rather than find the LCM, what is the problem? And let us all who are victims of the problem face the problem. We are busy fighting one another. Victim versus victim. I do not know where that idea came from or where that sense came from. But that sense has become it has gone spread. Like everybody is using the same thing. And I'm like, can we calm down? Can we just understand what you're saying? We don't have to have unanimous decision. But as long as nobody is looking or interested in facing the truth, you are not going anywhere. The truth is that you have people among yourselves, among you, representing you, who are the ones giving this lead of what should happen, what bad should happen to you. They are the ones telling the Fulanis what to do to you. But you don't want to face them because they are my brothers. You're not going anywhere. Because those representing you don't want you to go. And yet you don't want to face those representing you. You want to face Fulani. Those ones are just laughing you. They're just laughing you. They're just laughing you. Fulanis are laughing you. They are not your problem. Your representatives are, but you are not taking the challenge to their doorstep. You are looking for some, I don't understand, some virtual enemies to face. Alaye, agitation to break a country or to take ethnic republic cannot be instant. It is in phases. And when you take a wrong step at a particular phase, it takes you back to the previous phase and start all over again. And that is what you're doing. The agitation to get your own republic is in phases. It's not going to happen at just one instance. And we've told you this many times, but I don't know how you want to get it. Some people, you have to cut their brain, remove the dirt in it, and put another thing before they can, and refresh it. Change the chips. I'm not insulting anybody in particular, and I've not mentioned your name, but you know yourselves. You know yourselves. The people who are in charge of what is happening to you are your own representatives. They are only in collaboration with your oppressors. Adekunle David, if you are not interested in the rubbish I'm spewing, leave the page. I didn't beg you. I can't remember asking you to come here before. But I cannot have Obi Solomon leave the page. You can't force me to take nonsense and be spewing. If you don't have any important contribution, leave the page. Instead of coming to attack me, attack yourself. Attack your leaders. I'm not responsible for the problem. I'm a victim too. I don't know anything about seceding, but you are not in Nigeria. Have you ever joined secession before in another country? Was it at an instance? Was it not in phases? And why they are doing it in phases, does it mean they will accept removal of freedom of expression, freedom of this, freedom of that? You will continue to
one free will demo palofin wa kò ń ṣe pé mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ di sí Ọlọ́run bọ̀ mú wo ya wọn fagidi tí wọ́n sì lọ sọ́run terrorists dé wà láyé báyìí tán ló borùn wọ́n parọ́ lórúkọ ẹ̀mí tó gbà ó lé lọ́gọ́rùn ká ní mo mọ̀nà tó lọ sọ́run má ti lọ fúnra mi àwọn tó jẹ́ kó wà láyé má lọ kó wọn fúnra mi èrò ọkàn mi dá lóòótọ́ bọ̀ ó kọjá agbára mi wọ́n lẹ́ni tó bá gbẹ̀mí ara ẹ̀ tó bá dọ́run fáyà ni.
Sorry about that, we lost sound, so I'm back. Now, so if you cannot face your brothers who are the problems in this current country, how can we guarantee that you same people can face your brothers in your new republic when they regroup themselves and continue this problem? How do you guarantee that? How? Just how? It's not possible now. We have to develop the culture from here, the culture of resistance against oppression. It has to start from here before we get to the new republic. It has to start from here. Adekunle, leave my page. Don't tell me what to talk about. Don't tell. I can't remember. I don't even know you. I can't remember telling you to come to my page. I cannot remember. So don't tell me what to talk about on my page. If you are not satisfied with what I talk about, because I talk the truth that pains you or your sponsor, or I talk about something that pains the people who are your own leaders that you are benefiting from in PDP or APC, leave my page. I can't remember coming here to be saying please subscribe. I don't do it, but people join because you find value here. So don't come here and be telling me what to do. Even if you find ourselves in Oduduwa Republic tomorrow morning and this same problem still continue, we will still call for a revolution, no matter what. You may call it another, you may not like the word revolution. You may call it resistance. We will still call for a resistance against oppression, even in your new republic, if these same things persist. I didn't force you to come here. So don't tell me not to talk about something. Don't tell me. It's my page. Create your own and deceive your people. I'm not interested. But people here, I must tell them the truth. You understand it? Breaking up as plans. And while we are still working on that, it does not mean we should keep quiet that our own brothers are doing this to us. Look at the name, Olusegun Odebunmi. Olusegun Odebunmi is the one sponsoring the bill to stop us from talking. It's on all papers. All papers. All papers are protesting. And you say we should keep quiet. Really? Because you are Obi Solomon. No be me talk say me they catch Nnamdi Kanu, they pay me too. No be me talk say me they go read the Igboho house, they pay me too. But the fact be say now they push them. You know they like to follow plan. You know they like am. You know they like to follow plan. You want everything to happen overnight. And as you are looking for shortcuts, you are cutting the rest of the things, you are cutting them short. You are cutting the process short. Something that should just take phase 1, phase 2, week 1. This is what we are doing. Week 2, this is the next plan. And I not get plan. And I just want to push people anyhow. They push them. And when they get problem, you ignore them. Come to Nigeria now. Come and join Igboho. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to the agitators. They don't catch them for Igboho house. I mean, have you come down to go and join them at DSS? Have you come down? No, have you come down to go and join them at DSS? Agitation is not just about making noise. It's not just about noise. It's not just about we want to talk. It's not just about talking. It's more of planning. You sit down where you are in your own comfort, pushing people. Pushing them to DSS detention, pushing them to fire, pushing them to everything. Nothing will happen to them. Nothing. It has happened to them. Have you come down therefore? Have you come down? Your own in the east, the people who set Igboho Nnamdi Kanu up, they are not Fulani. They only aided Fulani. They are your people that set him up. Yeah. They are not Fulanis. Nnamdi Kanu has no business with any Fulani. Who gave Nnamdi Kanu out? No be Igbo. Have you dealt with that? The Cotonou people that joined the DSS to come and raid Igbo's house, are they not Yorubas? Are they not Yorubas in Cotonou that joined the DSS to come and raid Igbo's house, speaking Francais? They gave your brother out to the Fulani. Have you dealt with them? Your own people, have you dealt with them? You want to come and sit down here and be typing nonsense on my page? I didn't beg you to join. Leave. Deal with your internal problems first. Deal with your internal problems first before you start asking to deal with external enemies. I'm sorry. Sure, gentlemen and ladies, I'm going to come back. Shortly before evening, because I'm missing a brother. Larry Fasasi, aka Sound Sultan. I'm missing him. Tonight, this evening, I'm going to do a special tribute program for him. I miss you, blood, Sound Sultan. And you know what? Sound Sultan had been about this thing for a very long time. Understanding that no matter how much you stay abroad, your heart is still at home. He used his music to speak for the right. I'm missing South Sultan more than I have missed people before. This evening, a special tribute show for Sound Sultan. I'll see you by then. Before then, I have this guy. His name is Dubai. For me, I wish that God can ask us to give replacements to him. There are many idiots in Nigeria that we want to give God so that I can give us Sound Sultan back. I wish it's possible. I'll just submit names. Nah. Take those ones. Give us Sound Sultan back. But I'll come back by evening and we'll discuss that more. Bye for now, people. My name is Shegun. Let me do a Ojoro as I close.
They try anything to take your wife. But even when you try anything good to change your life, the same person will go to stab you from back and with your knife. Them still hold me down. Yes, delay all of us, and they do Ojoro. It don't take them hold me down. And my damn duro. Them they do, it don't do Ojoro. It don't take them hold us down. And my dawa duro. Them they do, it don't do Ojoro. All the people where they make life terribly tough and hard for us. Yeah, that the same politician where they come try sell hope to us. Yeah. Anybody will promise you anything to change your life. Now the same person will go to give you money and take your life. Them still hold me down. Yes, delay all of us,